I want to talk to you more about mastering here, that where you find yourself that is here, whether it's the here you prefer, the here that you don't prefer, that this is the most spiritual place that you can find yourself, that has the most potency and the most opportunity. And many people don't see it, don't play it right, don't look, or don't know how. There are so many efficiency gaps and timeline jumping going in all the wrong directions that the old 3D matrix in reality depends upon. It depends upon your field, your mind, your schedule being so jam-packed full that you never master the now by clearing up your efficiency gaps, by clearing up your timeline jumps that you're doing that are not serving you. So before you go into your awakening, the outer reality is your identity. It is, this is my name, and this is where I live, and this is the kind of car I drive, and this is my profession, and this is who I am as the false self. For many people, for some, things change, but for many people, not a whole lot changes as far as those ingredients once you come into your awakening. You still have to work, some people at the same job. You're still married, sometimes to the same person. The ingredients of your life is still the same, but the inversion has happened because now you are awake and aware and on a consciousness path that says that all of the ingredients that I thought that I was the I am in are now the ingredients and the tools that my higher self is going to teach me how to hone my mastery in these spaces. And everybody looks in the other direction. How do I get to 5D? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of this marriage, out of this job, out of the 3D? How do I get out? I gotta go. I gotta, like they're a hot potato. I gotta get out of here. Now, I did another video today. It's a short one called No Options. If you knew implicitly that here, whatever here is for you, with all of the ingredients that are your life right now, was all there was no other option for you to be anywhere else, because that's actually how it works. How would you be here different? How would you show up different? How would you take care of yourself different? How would you deepen into that? How would you be more conscious? How would you make alternate decisions? How would you meet your family differently from the same here if you knew that this was the only here you had? Because it is. Until another here comes, this is it. And if these are the ingredients of your life, then this is where your higher self is choosing to teach you more about mastery. The matrix wants you to be in overwhelm. They want you to not master the here and now. They want you to be running in efficiency gaps on how you spend your time and energy. And they want you timeline jumping in all the wrong ways. So I'm going to point out to you some very basic examples that are highly spiritual and do not at all sound like spiritual talk at all. But this is where your potency in being here comes from. Touch things once. Don't touch things once and then touch something, use a cup and then put it in the sink, and then tomorrow you take the same cup and then you put it in the dishwasher, but the dishwasher hasn't been unloaded. So now you have to put it on the counter, but it's a dirty cup. And then you go to work and you come home that day and then you have to unload the dishwasher and deal with the cup that is actually from 2 days ago. That's a timeline jump. No one talks about it. That's a timeline jump. And then you have a fight with your spouse because your spouse could have unloaded the dishwasher and then the dirty cup could have gone into the dishwasher instead of it sitting on the counter. And now you have both fully anchored yourself into 2 days ago, into 2 days ago's problem. And the matrix has got you exactly where it wants you. Disconnected from each other, disconnected from yourself. All momentum that you created in any now moment throughout your day has now just been sucked right into 2 days ago. over a cup and a dishwasher. You take your socks off while you're watching TV in the evening and you leave your socks on the floor and they sit there for 2 days, and 2 days from now you have to go back and pick those socks up and put them in the laundry hamper. You have just made a temporary exit from your current timeline flow and gone back 2 days ago in order to deal with 2 days ago socks. I know that these examples are real in a lot of families, and they're very, very basic. But I want you to start to understand the bigger picture. The more potently you can be clean and clear and in the now, the more potent you are, the more available you are to more, the more you are in your mastery. But there's all kinds of shenanigans going on that you're not paying attention to that are keeping you out of the now. I had someone comment recently saying something about one of my videos, and he said, if it weren't for homelessness and me, the possibility of having my car repossessed, I wouldn't be working this job. And I'm like, no, flip that script. Work the job and get mastered in your finances and get mastered in your time management. And love the fact that the universe has brought you this tool so that you can experience yourself and be in that mastery. You're here. You're here. Your powerful, potent ingredients that are your life is your opportunity to get more mastered. And the more mastered you are in more things, and the more integral you are, and the more self-responsible you are, the more your quantum field grows. And then your soul signature, your emanation of the proper I am, that is your quantum field in the greater quantum field that is all that is, becomes a more potent signature. You become more of a call, more magnetized. You become more known. You become more available to more. And then you become available to a different here. But whatever here you find yourself in is what is available to you. If you have always worked and not really made time for exercise or self-reflection or good dietary choices, then that's what's going to be asked of you to be in this here. Your here is going to be to stay in that same job that you work and somehow learn how to be in mastery, that you can bring in proper diet choices, time for proper personal reflection, and good choices. Or manage your finances better in a more mastered way. Or greet your spouse and your children and engage in the family life in a way that is in a more mastered, loving state. Becoming the person that you want to always be. If you're in a marriage that you don't want to be in anymore, and somehow it's every single block keeps coming up saying that this isn't time for you to be in another here yet, then really deepen into, what is this here teaching me? Is it teaching me how to love myself more deeply? How to deepen into my honoring? Are there efficiency gaps that I'm not paying attention to, that this relationship is a reflection back to me? I've noticed the more that I grow and the more content that I put out and the more that I feel a deep passion and a calling to speak, it's less and less about all of the metaphysical, quantum, esoteric topics that I know a lot about. And it's more and more about calling people back here. This is the keys to the kingdom. Not how much you can channel, not how long you can meditate for, not how many crystals you own. How can you be a mastered human being? How can you love yourself and accept full responsibility for your here, for your existence, and not try to escape it? But there are lots and lots of little tweaks, little efficiency gaps, little timeline slippages email boxes that have millions of emails that are left unread, text messages that you don't reply to on time, the little slip of the tongue when you're speaking to your partner that you really, oh, I shouldn't have said it that way. Every single piece of your here is your opportunity to hone your mastery. And in that, it all builds your quantum emanation. It builds your connection. It builds your mastery skills so that you can magnetize more into your life, more money, more opportunity, more love. When you, and I hate to make it sound this way, but when you show God how good you can be with what you have, you get more. And it's not actually a win or lose or a good boy, bad girl. It's not that. It's that you are the God that is proving to you how mastered you can be with the ingredients of your life that allows for you to step into more. Every time that you slip into yesterday, you're losing your momentum that you had created in today. And most of the time, it's silly little things like who's unloading the dishwasher and who picked up the socks and, I didn't reply to this email or whatever. And it's also understood that being a human, we've got a lot coming at us all at once. And in that, we're not going to be fully on point with our mastery every single moment either. So please don't allow an immature ego to receive this information as pressure or overwhelm or somehow that you are getting it wrong or that it's impossible to get it right. But you need to know what is possible. You have to be here. You have to be in your life. You have to not be trying to escape to go anywhere or to be anything other than where you are. And how can you deepen into that if there were no other options? Clean up your efficiency gaps, clear up your unconscious timeline slippages, step into the now more deeply than you've ever stepped before. And that includes all of the things that you perceive to be 3D. That is where you build your own quantum signature, where you strengthen your quantum field. And that's about as spiritual as it gets. I hope this perspective has offered you a little bit of something to reconsider. Until next time, bye for now.